What a weekend.
When I'm feeling your love, it's like a wind that blows. I can't give up and I can't let go. I won't give up, I won't lose. When I'm broken down and I'm bruised.
Before we start, yes, I've just sat down from the cycle park video, but today we are back with Merton Regional, which I was hoping went better, but Merton don't have a great gate. I would actually claim that they have the worst gate in the south. Obviously, I'm putting some reasons and excuses out there before I get into that, what happened. But I have got a video of each moto and the semi and then the final, which I barely made. So yeah, let's get on with it. When I got there, it was obviously open practice, so Merton's fine, love Merton. Haven't ridden it on the new gear, which I think is another factor, which is how the day turned out. But because I'm now on 4316, which I haven't ridden any pedally tracks. I've ridden Runnymede, and Ipswich is kind of flat, but not really. But I haven't really raced Runnymede, so I can't tell otherwise. Then when gate practice started, I had got on the gate, and the gate's come up. And I step off and I go, oh, it's not come up. And the guy looks, and another rider on the gate says, no, that's how it is. Pretty much it came up, I'd say 2/3 or halfway up to what the normal gate. So if you know, like if this is the hill, the gate would come up and be like, like that. Whereas this Merton gate was about there. So you were leaning on it and there was barely any wheel on it. So the first one, go to balance, slide off, give up on the gate. Second one, come round, go to balance on. Granted, it was the same gate, and the grill on the floor and the grill on the gate don't line up either, that's always been a thing at Merton, which is weird. But yeah, so I slipped off then. So that's 2 gates out of the way. Third gate, last gate of the practice, because I was kind of done. I managed to balance on the gate and have a sort of slow gate. Also at Merton, you have a strip about this wide after the gate, which is basically like aluminium or something, or steel or something. But it's shiny as, no grip. If they had grip tape on it, it might work, but you might get too much grip then. But basically, that's always been like that at Merton. When you come out the gate, you get a little spin, so you have to kind of power through. Any rider I spoke to had this problem. So yeah, but I was thinking I was going to hit the gate, but then I was told I wasn't, definitely not going to hit the gate, because the reason for them having it come up so low, apparently the rumour was that the speed it went down, so if it came up all the way, it would go down slower. But I don't know about you, but I would prefer having the gate all the way up to balance on and then adjust the gate instead of having a like half effort gate. Anyway, let's get on to the first moto. So I had gate 1, which is where I had the decent gate in the practice, so or the only gate in practice, so I guess that was kind of helpful. But yeah, watch it through, but I come 4th, but see how slow the gate is.
17 to 29-year-olds now on the track.
Come on, Jack.
So Milton, all you leader, head in second, the Robert Head. So Milton, all you leader, head in second. Tyler Busbridge in 3rd. Jack Mowat's in 4. Eunice Ahmed in 5. As Elliot Pateman's gone wrong somehow. Coming out of turn number.
Second moto was gate 5, and that was the one I slipped off twice in practice, and you'll see in the video that it doesn't go any better anyway. Basically, I started leaning left. In the video it looks so pathetic, but I started leaning left ever so slightly, but because I didn't have much purchase on the gate, I basically just unclipped my left foot and stood there and then waited for it to go down. And yeah, I still managed to scrape a 4th out of that, but after that I was like, I got to make the semis. But I didn't realise, because there were such less riders, you didn't have to get 4th, you had to get less. So after 4th, I was in like 11th or something, which was lucky, which was a surprise to me because I was really not feeling it that day. Here's that second moto.
5.22 next, Elliot Pateman, and then Eunice Ahmed. As Spelling comes through to take the win. Camille Silliman out there in front, just ahead of Darren Utley, and then Rudy Mildenhall and Jack Mowat and Danny Taylor, with Christopher Moore next.
So the third moto, gate 7, and another thing about Merton's gate, I'm not complaining, I'm not making up excuses, I'm just saying what the facts were. Gate 8 was like vandalised or whatever, like a couple of years ago, and whoever tarmacked it, I think it's about as good as if they asked me to tarmac it, because I've never tarmacked anything in my life. I've done a bit of cement, as in, you know, on the concrete in this, but yeah, if I tarmacked it, it would have been just as bad, I think. Basically, the hill isn't flat the whole way across, so when it gets to 7 and 8, you can look from the other side, and the grille at the bottom goes up onto the gate, because it's not flat, so the gate, they've had to like concrete around it. When it's got vandalised, they haven't tarmacked well after it, so I didn't actually do a gate 8 all day, which is lucky, because if I had a gate 8 pick, I would have been very sad. But 7 was just as bad, and you'll see I get a very even slower gate, I think, because it looks like I'm waiting for it to go down and then all the riders to leave, and then me go, yeah, all right, let's go for some riding. So yeah, let's watch that, and you know, just don't take this as, you know, I'm a better rider than this.
So Carter Busbury's taking this one. It's going to be close for second. Rudy Mildenhall trying to get ahead of the jumping Connor Blythe. 17 to 20.
Come on, Jack.
And it's Camille Suleiman out there in front. So Suleiman leads it, Tobin and Spelling going in behind.
Go, Jack.
Suleiman, Tobin and Spelling, that's it, 1, 2, 3. And they finish up.
So those 3 sort of attempts at motos, semis is kind of, I barely scraped the semis. So then I ended up with pick 7, which I think I ended up with gate 7 again, because, you know, it was just going out as if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly like every other race. Let's watch the semi. I think I got 6th in that, so yeah, don't have high hopes.
70 to 29-year-olds, here we go, first semi-final, 4 to go through. And it looks like Camille Suleiman. But it's Suleiman out there in front. Spelling is in there in the 2. 44, Connor Blythe in there.
Okay.
Then Rudy Mildenhall's trying to work his way through. Suleiman's going through though. So too was Spelling.
So the final, another early final, just like Cycle Park Regional, because I mean, it wasn't as close as Cycle Park Regional. I was like 200ths off. I was like 200ths of a second off to get a semi place at Cycle Park, whereas this one, you know, I was like 2 places off. So yeah, B final, I had 4th pick, and I ended up with, I think I ended up with gate 5, because they went 2, 3, 4. And I was looking at 1 going, I literally don't know. In hindsight, I don't think it really mattered for my day's success if I went off 1, because the gate 5, you'll see in the video that is, I mean, it's not improved at all. It probably has its practice because I can balance on it, but still not, you know, as a whole, I'm not looking at it as good gates. So let's watch that, but I did come 6th.
Mazel in second, that's how it'll finish. 17 to 29-year-old B final now on the track. Rudy Mildenhall out there in front. Rojas is in there in the 2.
Come on, Jack.
Ty Armstrong there in second, in 3rd. Danny Taylor's in there in 4th.
Come on, Jack.
As they come back, it's Rudy Mildenhall who's going to take it, Jerry.
What I'm trying to say here in this video is, Merton, what is that gate? Andover did have a bad gate, but as you'll know from last year when I talked about it, Andover's gate drops like anything. The track is, you know, a different matter. Like Merton is the other way around. Absolutely amazing track, but the gate like didn't go anywhere. Like it was barely coming out, and then it would drop flat out, and then I saw other kids. Yeah, I saw kids sliding off. Not as many older ones like me, but yeah, that, I mean, it's probably hopefully it's the worst regional of the year. Hopefully it only goes up from here. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.